Welcome to the Antisocial Raider, where all we do is talk football. My name is Steady, and I got another one like the other one. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the offensive line, more specifically DJ Glaze and how he fits in this offense. What are his strengths? What are his weaknesses? Things like that. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? I like DJ Glaze. I think he has potential to be a starting caliber tackle in this league right now. There's a lot that he has to fix. I think the biggest knock for me is that the same weaknesses that he had as a rookie, he still had as a sophomore, right? A lot of fans they wanted to, use the coaching staff as, sort of a scapegoat, like sort of an excuse of why certain players didn't look as good, right? But with DJ Glaze, a lot of times he got beat due to poor footwork, right? Lack of hand usage, things like that, right? Using a set that he shouldn't have used, right? Like it's always a vertical set with him. Like why can't you switch it up? You know what I mean? If you're doing the same thing all the time, if you're dropping back to the same point every single play, then that's kind of obvious, right? It's easy for defenders to adjust to. So I can't really put everything on the coaching staff. I can't really put everything on Carroll's weak ass, bro. But I do like Glaze. I do think that he has talent. But at the end of the day, you have to fix what you have to fix, right? You have to continue to get better. And if you're not getting better, then there's really not much that, there is to say about it. Now, how does he fit in this scheme, right? Amongst fans, everybody's been talking about it all off season. Scheme fit, scheme fit, scheme fit, right? Well, does he fit in this scheme, knowing that they're going to use outside zone a lot, right? Inside zone, no problem. He fits perfectly. That's fine, right? But what about outside zone? Now, there are teams that, they run inside zone, and if they use outside zone, they'll run it to one specific side, right? KC did it. They never ran outside zone to the left side. They always ran it to the right side, right? But would that make Kubiak's offense sort of one-dimensional? The best thing to do is to get the defense, running from side to side, right? And you can't really do that if you're only running outside zone to one side, right? So that kind of makes him a weakness, Now I wanted to show a couple plays, right? Just to show you guys, a little bit of what I'm talking about, a little bit of what I've seen, not just in his sophomore season, but in his rookie season too, right now. The video I got up right now, I did pull this from Sanji. If you're subscribed to my channel, you're most likely subscribed to Sanji. But if you are not subscribed, man, he covers the Raiders, but he also does, film breakdown on other teams. If you love football like I love football, man, you're probably going to love his channel, man. I'm going to leave it in the description if you want to check it out. Now, this rep right here is from 2024. As you can see, they're playing the Rams. DJ Glaze is lined up at right tackle. You got Brock Bowers lined up right outside of him with Jared Verse lined up at defensive end, right? Lined up inside shoulder of the tight end. Now, on this play, Brock Bowers is going to chip. And as you can see, he's not that far from DJ Glaze, right? But in this play, on this rep, DJ Glaze decides to use a vertical set. Now, what a vertical set is pretty much you just go straight back, right? And you see it a lot because he does it a lot, right? It's mostly like a 3-step drop, 4-step drop, whatever, but you just go straight back. Now, what's baffling is that he chose to do a vertical set in this situation. Now, if I know that I got Jared Verse, who's pretty much 1, maybe 2 yards away from me, why would I choose to do a vertical set, especially when Brock Bowers is chipping? If anything, I want to do a quick set or a lateral set or a jump set, right? Just to get out there and get cracking, He decides to use a vertical set. Brock Bowers chips, as you can see, sort of throws him into Glaze and essentially helps him win the rep. Now, I wanted to show this for one purpose and one purpose only. This next play that I'm showing you right now, this is actually in 2025, right? The sophomore season for Glaze. and it looks quite familiar. You got DJ Glaze at right tackle. Instead of Brock Bowers, you have Dont'e Thornton, right? Now the edge defender ends up being an outside linebacker, but still lined up on the inside shoulder. Now Dont'e Thornton is going to chip. Now as you can see, DJ Glaze decides to use a vertical set. Same exact situation, different year, different game, but the same damn result. Now this is something that has me like, this is the type of stuff to where I kind of lose hope, right? But then again, it could be coaching. I don't know. It could have been Brennan Girl, and you never know, man. But for him to be in this type of situation, when you play football, you should have you should have a certain level of photographic memory, right? Things that you seen before and need to learn from, right? This is one of those situations where he should have realized the situation. It's the exact same thing. You're just taking out Brock Bowers and you're putting Dont'e Thornton. You have a chip. The defender can't go nowhere else but either take on Dont'e Thornton head up, split Glaze and Thornton, or just go straight at Glaze. Those are only decisions, right? So even if the defender chose to go outside of Dont'e Thornton, it's gonna take him longer to come back inside. So even if Glaze were to quick set or something, he still had time to adjust, even if they took the outside. But to me, these types of situations where you've experienced this before, you've seen it before, you've had a negative rep and time to learn from it, but yet you're still doing the same thing. Vertical set, defender gets thrown right into you, and both reps, Brock Bowers did a great job, right? Even here, Dont'e Thornton did a great job, right? Both of these reps were solely on DJ Glaze, man, and there's really no excuse, right? There's really no excuse. Now, I've said it, time and time again, man, I like DJ Glaze. I think that he has potential to be a starter, but if there's one thing that you do in life, is that you correct the mistakes that you've made before, right? There's different ways to learn. You can learn from others or you can learn from yourself, right? You got to correct your mistakes, man. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over. And that's a prime example. Now moving on to this next tape, or this next rep, right? Now, this is the same game against the Eagles, 2025, DJ Glaze at right tackle. Now, on this rep, now I'm not an offensive line guru like Sanji, but I like to call this a bucket set. Right, it's very similar to a bucket step, which is a technique that you use in the run game, where you just pivot open, right, sort of at a 90-degree angle. But this is in pass pro, right, so where you're kind of forming like a U shape, and you're just mirroring the defender essentially. Now the footwork, it's a more of a shuffle, right? The footwork it's more of a sideways shuffle, but I don't know if you can see. DJ Glaze's footwork, it looks kind of awkward, right? At first, he'll take a step back, then take a step to the side, then take a step to the back, take a step to the side. This is a prime example of what I mean when he has to work on his footwork. I've seen too many reps where he loses due to his footwork. If I could show them all, then I would, but the video would just be too long. You know what I mean? This is a prime example though, right? Now, let me show you this play of somebody else doing the exact same thing. Now, this is Abraham Lucas, right tackle for the Seattle Seahawks. This was in 2025 when Kubiak was the offensive coordinator. Now, on this play, the defender is a little wider than the play with Glaze, but all Lucas does is he takes a lateral set so that he could close the distance between him and the defender. And then from there, he mirrors the defender, right? And then, like, as you can see, he anchors, right? But look at the footwork, right? It's sort of like a shuffle, and you're just mirroring him, right? Going with him, your feet essentially are supposed to stay square. Your shoulders are supposed to stay square, right? And then, boom, your body's evenly distributed to make contact, right? And you can see anchor is perfect, right? Footwork, perfect. Now, if we go to Glaze, go back to DJ Glaze, the footwork looks very, very different, right? Not very, very different, but just very different. Sort of awkward. And this is something that he has to clean up, right? Going into year three, this is the year where most people, if you're going to develop, this is pretty much that make it or break it year, right? So DJ Glaze has a lot riding on this 2026 season, man. And in order for him to prove that he's that guy, he got to work on his footwork. This is not good, right? Now this last rep that I'm gonna show you. I believe this is his rookie season in 2024. You can see him at right tackle against 49ers. Now this is gonna be a run play, right? He's basically just gonna attack the edge defender, boom, get off the line and get straight to it. Now this is these types of reps right here is why I say that he has potential, right? But these types of reps is also why I question his fit in Kubiak's scheme. Now, no doubt this is a win, right? Any day, any week, any opponent, it doesn't matter. This rep right here, this is a win, right? And to me, this is his strong suit. This is what DJ Glaze has to be doing, right? This is one of the reasons why everybody thinks, or well, a lot of people think that he would be best suited at offensive guard, right? This type of rep right here. When you can get him, get him lined up and just have him attack, I think he's at his best. It's when you force him to fight off his back foot. I think that's when he becomes vulnerable, right? But when you could have him be the aggressor, I think that's when you can highlight his strengths, right? That's when you can show who DJ Glaze is. And there were a few reps like this, right? I watched it and then I kind of moved on. And then by the time I was like, damn, I should have showed it, I couldn't find the video again. But this was the only rep that I was able to find that was very, very similar to it. And yeah, man, this right here is his strong suit, right? This is why I kind of think that DJ Glaze might be best suited in a power scheme. I'm not too sure if zone is his strong suit. Maybe zone, if he moves to offensive guard, then that's gonna hide a lot of his weaknesses, right? A lot of his vulnerabilities will be hidden at the offensive guard position, right? And then also his strengths would be highlighted, right? He can deal with power. It's when you have power mixed with athleticism, that's when he has trouble. This offensive line has the talent to be definitely top 15, right? But I'm not gonna say that they could be top 10, man. They have to go earn that shit, right? I'm not just gonna say it, If you want to be top 10, you got to go earn that shit. I'm not just gonna give it to you, man. But it's there. The defensive side was the weakest, right? It wasn't even the offense was not the weakest. Even although it showed, I do think that the talent is there, right? And now the the talent added to the defense matches what they have on the offense, man. And their rebuild could be faster than what people expect, man. And at the end of the day, they got to go out there and prove it. Excited for everything that's been happening so far, man. I know everybody out there, not everybody. There's still some guys that's like, I believe it when I see it, man. And everybody has the right to, be their own person. But I just wanted to show, I was going over the offensive line and just, going through things in my head, man. And I just wanted to make a quick video of things that I seen, man. Let you know my thoughts on DJ Glaze and the offensive line, man. But I do want to hear what you guys have to say. I do want to, hear your guys' opinions on what you guys think of the O-line, man. What do you think of DJ Glaze, man, or Charles Grant? Who do you think is going to win the position? Things like that. That's going to do it for this video, man. I do hope that y'all were able to learn something. I hope that y'all were able to gain some perspective in some way, shape, or form. If y'all want to help support this channel, help this channel grow, man, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you ended up liking the video, man, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, man. I do want to know your thoughts on everything, man. So if you got something to say, man, go ahead, hit up that comment section. This is the Antisocial Raider, and I'll holler at y'all a little later.